Imagine a world where power isn't just a man's game. Notorious drug cartels, long dominated by ruthless kingpins, have been rocked by a new phenomenon, the rise of female cartel leaders.
I think Griselda rose to the top of the ultra-violent world.
And she became the number one in South Florida and Colombia.
These women, as cunning and deadly as their male counterparts, built empires and amassed fortunes, but empires crumble.
We need security because we are being hunted by the Mexican cartel.
And even queens can fall. This is the story of 10 such queens, their reign of violence and wealth, and the chilling moment their world shattered with a single word: life sentence. Join us as we explore the top 10 female cartel members reacting to life sentences. Number 10. Angie SAA Valencia. Angie SAA Valencia was born on May 25, 1979 in Santa Marta, Colombia. Angie's path seemed destined for the spotlight. She began modeling at a young age, and her undeniable beauty propelled her to national pageants. In 2005, at the peak of her career, she achieved the coveted title of Miss World Colombia. This should have been the beginning of a fairy tale, but it turned out to be a plot twist in a far more complex story. Imagine going from strutting down runways to running one of the world's biggest drug rings. Angie SAA Valencia, once hailed as Colombia's radiant beauty queen and lingerie model, took a drastic turn into the shadowy realm of narcotics. Dubbed the Cleopatra of cocaine, she wielded her charm like a weapon, ensnaring even law enforcement in her schemes. Angie's ascent into the drug scene followed her triumph in a beauty pageant during the early 2000s. Forming her own cartel, Angie's Angels, she recruited stunning models as her accomplices. Angie's business is thought to rival her ex-boyfriend's, a Mexican drug lord nicknamed the Monster. After they broke up, she started her own drug operation. She paid her models up to $5,000, which is about 3,200 British pounds sterling per trip, to carry cocaine from Argentina to England through Cancun. Valencia's ingenious plan involved using her alluring team to transport cocaine discreetly, avoiding bloodshed unlike her ex-boyfriend El Monstro, a notorious drug lord. Despite a slick operation, one slip-up led to her downfall when a model was caught with contraband. Valencia went into hiding but was eventually apprehended. After serving half her sentence, she vanished into mystery, leaving her next move a tantalizing enigma. Angie SAA Valencia, as she is more popularly known, wasn't your typical beauty queen. Her life took a dramatic turn, landing her not on magazine covers but in international headlines for alleged ties to a Mexican drug cartel. Just a year after her reign, on December 13, 2006, Angie's life took a shadowy turn. She was arrested in Argentina while trying to board a flight to Mexico with a suspicious amount of cash, a reported $60,000. Argentinian authorities alleged the money was linked to drug trafficking and that Angie was a courier for a Mexican cartel. Angie vehemently denied the accusations, claiming she was simply traveling with money from a wealthy boyfriend. However, further investigations revealed connections between Angie and known Mexican drug traffickers. The details of Angie's personal life, especially regarding her love life, remain hazy, with some reports suggesting a romantic involvement, while others point towards a strictly business arrangement. Despite Angie's claims of innocence, she was convicted on money laundering charges in Argentina and sentenced to 6 years in prison. She served her full sentence and was released in 2018. Since then, Valencia has maintained a low profile, away from the public eye. Was Angie Valencia a naive pawn caught in the dangerous game of cartels, or a cunning operator using her beauty queen persona as a cover? The truth may forever be elusive. Number 9. Jessica Igua Gonzalez. Jessica Igua Gonzalez was born on July 23, 1986, into a life overshadowed by her father's notoriety. Her father, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, was the leader of the Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generacion, CJN, one of Mexico's most dangerous drug cartels. Despite her family's criminal ties, Jessica Igua Gonzalez's path seemed to diverge initially. Details about Jessica Igua Gonzalez's upbringing are unclear, but it is believed she was sent to the United States for her education, possibly to distance her from the dangers of her father's world. Jessica pursued a degree in marketing, showcasing an ambition for a legitimate career. This suggests Jessica might have actively tried to forge a different path for herself. While details are unknown, it is believed Jessica Igua Gonzalez became involved in laundering money for the CJang. This could have been through her own businesses or through manipulating legitimate businesses her family owned. It's hard to know for sure why Jessica participated in these activities. It could have been due to coercion, a sense of obligation to her family, financial benefits, or a combination of factors. In 2020, Jessica was arrested, possibly in connection with a hearing involving her brother. This suggests other members of her family may have also been involved in the cartel's activities. The specific charges against Jessica are unclear, but they likely connected her to her father's criminal enterprise, possibly related to money laundering. Due to a plea deal, her sentence was reduced. Despite the plea deal, Jessica's outward demeanor may not have reflected the turmoil within. The stress of her situation, caught between her desire for a normal life and the grip of her family's criminal world, could have caused significant internal conflict. Jessica's story highlights the complex and often tragic consequences of growing up in a family involved in organized crime. Even for those who try to forge a different path, the legacy of such a background can be a heavy burden. Jessica Igua Gonzalez's reaction to her jail sentence was one marked by a mixture of emotions, as depicted in various sources. Upon hearing the verdict, she appeared stoic, maintaining a composed demeanor despite the gravity of the situation. Reports suggest that she remained calm and collected, showing little outward display of emotion. However, underlying this facade of composure, there may have been feelings of shock, disappointment, or resignation. Furthermore, during court proceedings, Jessica's body language and facial expressions may have provided subtle cues about her internal state. Observers noted that she appeared tense, perhaps indicating a sense of apprehension or anxiety about the implications of the sentence. Despite her efforts to maintain a composed front, there may have been moments of vulnerability or distress that were not readily apparent to onlookers. Additionally, Jessica's reaction to the sentence may have been influenced by her awareness of the impact it would have on her life and future prospects. Facing a significant period of incarceration would undoubtedly have elicited concerns about the loss of freedom, separation from loved ones, and the stigma associated with being convicted of criminal offenses. Number 8. Bardo Compos. Bardo Compos's story is a chilling example of how the lure of power and wealth in the criminal world can corrupt even the most brilliant minds. Born on July 27 in rural Mexico, Bardo's life took a dramatic turn from law-abiding citizen to mastermind of a dangerous drug trafficking operation that stretched across continents. The details of Bardo's early life and what led her to abandon a life within the law remain unclear. However, one thing is certain: she possessed a deep understanding of legal systems. This knowledge, likely gained through academic studies or professional experience as a lawyer or legal scholar, became a dangerous weapon in her new life of crime. Bardo likely exploited legal loopholes and manipulated the justice system to her advantage, allowing her drug trafficking operation to flourish under the radar. Bardo Compos's criminal network wasn't a small-time operation. It reportedly stretched from the heart of Mexico all the way to the United States, trafficking cocaine and methamphetamine with precision and ruthlessness. This transnational reach indicates a high degree of organization and a complete disregard for the law. Running a drug cartel across borders requires navigating complex logistics, evading international law enforcement, and making ruthless decisions, all qualities Bardo clearly possessed. Perhaps the most tragic aspect of Bardo's story is her decision to involve her own sons in her criminal activities. Exposing them to the dangers of the cartel not only put their lives at risk, but ultimately led to their deaths. While the details surrounding their demise remain unknown, it serves as a stark reminder of the ripple effects of crime. The choices of criminals often have devastating consequences that extend far beyond themselves, impacting families and loved ones in unimaginable ways. Bardo's life sentence for drug trafficking serves as a stark warning. Her story echoes through the halls of justice as a cautionary tale, a chilling contrast between the initial allure of power and wealth in the criminal underworld and the inevitable downfall and tragic consequences that follow. Number 7. Emma Asuto. Emma Asuto's life is a captivating tale, but also a cautionary one, filled with beauty, deceit, and the fight for justice. Born in July 1989, her journey seems like something out of a movie. A beauty queen entangled with a notorious drug lord. Early details about Emma's life are scarce. These contests are known for their glamour and can be a stepping stone to fame and fortune in Mexico. Everything changed dramatically when she married Joaquin Guzman, popularly known as El Chapo, leader of the Sinaloa Cartel, one of Mexico's most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations. This drug cartel is involved in smuggling cocaine, marijuana, and other illegal drugs across the border to the United States, making billions of dollars. While it's not exactly clear how involved Emma was in El Chapo's illegal activities, being his wife placed her right in the center of a dangerous world. El Chapo was known for his ruthlessness and his escape from prison. There's no way Emma could have been completely unaware of his dealings. Despite claiming she wasn't involved in any crimes, Emma Asuto was sentenced to 3 years in prison in the United States. This suggests that authorities believed she had some knowledge or was involved in illegal activities, possibly related to money laundering, which is a way to make drug money look legitimate. The image of Emma in court, dressed in a green prison uniform and trying to appear strong, hints at the emotional strain she must have been under during the trial. The judge's decision tied Emma's future to the dangerous world of drug trafficking. Emma's story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of associating with criminals. The world of drug cartels is violent and unforgiving. Her story is a cautionary tale about the allure of wealth and power, and the high price you can pay for getting involved with the wrong people. Number 6. Guadalupe Fernandez Valencia. Guadalupe Fernandez Valencia, also known as La Patrona, or the Boss Lady, is a legendary figure in the Mexican underworld. Her story is shrouded in mystery, but her rise to power within a dangerous cartel makes her a captivating and cautionary tale. Unlike many cartel leaders, details about La Patrona's early life are scarce. We know she was born Guadalupe Fernandez Valencia in California, USA. Public records like birth certificates, school records, etc. for her are likely unavailable, adding to the mystique surrounding her public record access in the U.S. This lack of information fuels speculation and adds to her larger-than-life persona within cartel lore. Despite the missing pieces of her past, Valencia's rise to power within the Sinaloa cartel speaks volumes about her ambition and ruthlessness. The Sinaloa cartel, though not as well known as some other Mexican cartels, is still a dangerous organization involved in drug trafficking, kidnapping, and violence. Exactly how Valencia rose through the cartel ranks is unknown, but her astute leadership and strategic prowess suggest she was a cunning and intelligent operator. She likely possessed a talent for making money, eliminating rivals, and navigating the complex web of alliances and betrayals within the cartel. Valencia's story takes another mysterious turn with her period of incarceration. We don't know exactly when or why she was imprisoned, but it's possible she was captured by a rival cartel or by Mexican authorities. However, her release is even more intriguing. The fact that she was pardoned through collaboration with law enforcement agencies suggests she may have turned informant, agreed to provide information on the cartel in exchange for a lighter sentence. This is a dangerous move in the cartel world, as it puts her at risk of revenge killings from former associates. Whether La Patrona is truly free or living in hiding under protection is unknown. Her story remains shrouded in secrecy, but it serves as a stark reminder of the power and danger that women can wield within the world of organized crime. Her rise and fall is a cautionary tale about the allure of wealth and power and the potentially deadly consequences of getting involved with cartels. Subscribers pick. Let's enter the world of cartels, where power and danger meet, and see how 10 strong women in cartels react when they're given life sentences, with each of them having their own story of standing up against challenges with bravery and strength. In the gritty world of cartels, these women's reactions to life sentences reveal a tapestry of defiance, resilience, and determination, etching their indomitable spirits into the annals of organized crime. However, when the lens turns to the women within these criminal organizations, a unique and often overlooked perspective emerges. The reactions of these 10 female cartel members offer a glimpse into the multifaceted world of organized crime. From stoicism to regret, defiance to resignation, their responses underscore the complex interplay of power, loyalty, and remorse within the cartel hierarchy. Number 5. Sandra AA Belen. Sandra AA Beltran's life is a real-life crime drama full of violence, power, and unanswered questions. Born in 1960 in Baja California, Mexico, her youth coincided with a period of major upheaval in the region. Mexico was facing political unrest, and drug cartels were rapidly gaining power. Not much information is available regarding exactly how Sandra got involved in the drug trade, but growing up during this time likely played a role. Baja California is a major trafficking route for drugs heading north to the United States, and cartels often recruit young people to work for them. Cartel recruitment info in Mexico. Despite her seemingly ordinary exterior, Sandra became deeply involved in smuggling drugs and even violent crimes like murder. This suggests she was ruthless and ambitious, willing to do whatever it took to climb the cartel ladder. Her nicknames, the Queen Pin and La Reina del Crimen, the Queen of Crime, speak to the power and influence she wielded within the underworld. One of the most intriguing aspects of Sandra's story is Sandra AA Beltran's ability to evade serious consequences. Sandra likely faced jail time for her crimes, but she always seemed to find a way to get released. This could be due to witness intimidation, corruption within the justice system, or simply her own cunning and ability to manipulate situations. Cartels are known for using violence and intimidation to protect their members. Cartel intimidation tactics in Mexico, making it difficult to convict them of crimes. Despite her notoriety, much of Sandra AA Beltran's personal life remains unknown. Not much is known about her family, motivations, or even her romantic relationships. This secrecy adds to her mystique and makes it hard to understand what drove her down this path. Sandra's story is a chilling reminder of the devastating impact of drug cartels in Mexico. These organizations rely on violence and fear to control territory and smuggle drugs. Sandra's story highlights the human cost of this violence, the lives destroyed, and the communities left in fear. It's important to remember the victims of cartel violence, not just those who rise to power within these organizations. Number 4. Clara Elena Laborin Archuleta. Clara Elena Laborin. Archuleta's journey through Mexico's criminal underworld is a gripping saga of ambition, betrayal, and downfall. Born on June 23, 1975, into a world where cartel influence permeates society, Clara Elena Laborin. Archuleta's early years are shrouded in mystery, with little information available about her upbringing and background. As she matured, Clara became entangled in the dangerous world of drug trafficking, drawn by the allure of power and wealth. She found herself drawn to a man deeply entrenched in the cartel lifestyle. Her future husband, Hector Beltran Leyva, a prominent figure in the Beltran Leyva organization, BLO, one of Mexico's most notorious drug cartels. Clara's association with Hector thrust her into the heart of cartel operations, where she played a pivotal role in supporting and expanding the organization's illicit activities. However, her ambitions extended beyond merely being a supportive partner. When Hector was arrested and imprisoned, Clara saw an opportunity to seize control and reignite the BLO's drug trade. Her bid for power was met with swift and brutal reprisal. Clara's attempts to assert herself in the male-dominated world of cartel warfare led to conflict and internal strife within the organization. In a realm where loyalty is fickle and betrayal is commonplace, Clara found herself ensnared in a web of violence and treachery. Despite her defiance and resilience, Clara's efforts ultimately proved futile. She was unable to navigate the complex dynamics of cartel politics, and her ambitions were crushed beneath the weight of cartel retribution. Her arrest symbolized the harsh realities faced by those entangled in Mexico's criminal underworld, serving as a cautionary tale of the perils of ambition and the unforgiving nature of cartel warfare. Number 3. Evelyn Bosen Papa. Evelyn Bosen Papa was born on April 10, 1983, in a small town in Baja California, Mexico. She grew up in a modest household where her parents, Miguel and Maria Bosen, worked hard to provide for their family. Evelyn's early life was characterized by financial struggles, but she was known for her intelligence and determination from a young age. Despite facing adversity, Evelyn Bosen Papa excelled in her studies and graduated from high school with honors. She went on to pursue higher education at a local university, where she earned a degree in business administration. During her college years, Evelyn demonstrated strong leadership skills and was actively involved in student organizations. After completing her education, Evelyn embarked on a promising career in the business sector. Number 2. Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda. Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda, or Lena as she was known in the underworld, embodied the terrifying allure of Mexico's ruthless cartels. With a rumored body count exceeding 150, her reign of terror left an indelible scar on the nation's criminal landscape. Despite her incarceration, whispers of looming danger serve as a chilling reminder of the enduring legacy of one of the most notorious female figures in cartel history. Unfortunately, details about Lena's early life, childhood, and education remain frustratingly elusive. Mexican cartels operate in a veil of secrecy, and information about female leadership within these organizations is especially scarce. Public records and official reports offer little to no insight into her formative years. However, by gathering together information from various sources, we can speculate on a possible path that led her to infamy. Mexican cartels typically exhibit a hierarchical structure with a well-defined chain of command. Rising to a high-ranking position, especially for a woman, would necessitate exceptional ruthlessness, cunning intelligence, and the unwavering trust of those above her. Lena's staggering murder count suggests a willingness to employ extreme violence to achieve her goals and solidify her position within the cartel. While an exact date and location haven't been publicly confirmed, some sources suggest Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda was born on August 12, 1984. However, the veracity of this information remains unverified. There is no available information regarding Lena's educational background. Given the secrecy surrounding her life, it's likely she received minimal formal education, with her training focused on the brutal realities of cartel life. It's possible Lena started her criminal career at a young age, perhaps as a lookout or low-level operative. Through a combination of ruthlessness, strategic alliances, and eliminating rivals, she may have climbed the cartel ranks. Her alias, Lena, meaning mud or mire in Spanish, could be interpreted as a deliberate cultivation of a dangerous persona, masking her ambition and ruthlessness with an alluring exterior. Melissa is believed to have been affiliated with a prominent Mexican cartel, though the specific organization remains unidentified. Investigative reports on Mexican cartels, particularly those focusing on female leadership, might shed light on the cartel she operated within. With her reign of terror said to have involved over 150 murders, the specific nature of these crimes, targeted assassinations, indiscriminate violence, or a combination of both, remains unknown. Investigating documented cartel activities in Mexico could provide a clearer picture of Lena's modus operandi and the motives behind her brutality. Even behind bars, whispers of danger surround Melissa. This could indicate fears of retaliation from those she wronged or suggest she still wields influence within the cartel. Perhaps she possesses information that makes her a valuable asset or a dangerous threat to others. Lena's story is a reminder of the brutality and complexity of Mexico's cartel wars, unraveling the mysteries surrounding her early life, her rise to power, the specific nature of her crimes, and the enduring threats associated with her name would require in-depth investigation. This investigation would necessitate access to cartel records, interviews with informants and defectors, and a deeper understanding of the role women play within these organizations. However, due to the clandestine nature of cartel activity, verifiable information about Lena may be scarce. Melissa's story serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of Mexico's drug war. She is a chilling symbol of the ruthlessness and allure that can intertwine within the world of organized crime. Number 1. Griselda Blanco. Griselda Blanco was born on February 15, 1943, in Cartagena, Colombia. Her early life was marked by poverty and hardship in the slums of Medellin, where she learned to survive in a ruthless environment from a young age. Griselda Blanco's journey from a tumultuous upbringing to becoming a dominant figure in the realm of organized crime serves as a vivid example of the allure and dangers of illicit activities. Born into difficult circumstances, Blanco's early years were marred by adversity and hardship. Raised in poverty in the slums of Medellin, Colombia, she quickly learned to navigate the dangerous streets, developing a cunning and ruthless demeanor from a young age. Griselda's entry into the world of crime began in her teenage years when she became involved in petty theft and drug trafficking. With a keen sense of opportunity and a willingness to resort to violence when necessary, she swiftly climbed the ranks of the criminal underworld. By the 1970s, Griselda Blanco had established herself as a formidable force in the illegal drug trade, particularly in the cocaine market. Known for her ruthless tactics and willingness to eliminate anyone who crossed her, Griselda earned the moniker La Madrina, or the Godmother, within cartel circles. She was notorious for orchestrating countless acts of violence, including ordering numerous assassinations and engaging in brutal turf wars to maintain her dominance. Despite her success, Griselda Blanco's empire eventually began to crumble due to internal disputes and increased law enforcement scrutiny. In 1985, she was arrested by authorities in the United States and charged with drug trafficking and murder. Though she was later acquitted of some charges, Griselda was ultimately convicted on others and sentenced to prison. After serving time behind bars, Griselda attempted to regain control of her criminal enterprises upon her release. However, her efforts were thwarted, and she eventually faded into obscurity. In 2012, Griselda met a violent end when she was gunned down in Medellin, bringing an abrupt and ignoble conclusion to her tumultuous life. Griselda's story serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked ambition and the destructive influence of power. Her rise to prominence and subsequent downfall underscore the harsh realities of the criminal underworld, where violence and betrayal are often the currency of success. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.